Mm, you're raiding, I just noticed. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Sorry, I couldn't really see the... I try not to look at chat when I'm deep in the expert. Raid hype indeed. Alright, let's do another one. Let's celebrate the raid by jumping right back in. What were you playing tonight? Was it Parasite Eve again? You were playing that last time I looked. I think that was 2 days ago. Okay. Oh, my heart's completely broken from that last run. But you know what? We had a crap. Our junior was so ugly that I'm kind of okay with it. I'm like, I don't want to have a junior score that horrible on my quad run. We're gonna do better. Mystic Quest. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I've never, you know, I've watched gameplay of Mystic Quest, but I've never played it. But that one's really basic, right? Like they dumbed it down for like a Western audience or something. Like actually, like not even cracking jokes here. That was really what they were trying to do. Okay, cool. Yeah, Parasite Eve's cool. I kind of like the way Mystic Quest looks, and I like the box art. I hear a lot of people like that one though. Like I hear it get, okay, yeah, I hear it get ragged on a lot, but I know that a lot of people really like that one. Okay, cool, good to know. Maybe I'll play it one day. I'm a big... I don't know which Final Fantasy I like the most. I really like 2, but I know 2 is like... I know 2 is so jank. 2 is like the most broken, like, main series Final Fantasy that I'm aware of. But I love 2. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a good speedrun game. But if you're just like trying to actually play it casually, it's like, no bro. Just try a different one. Ooh, okay. I love the art style in 2 though. Oh, okay. Released on the heels of 4. Yeah, it's hard to compete with. Especially at that time, like, Final Fantasy games were not even just Final Fantasy, but RPGs, especially, like, those, well, once we hit PS1, but even, like, SNES era, like, they were kind of considered, like, big kid games, you know? Like, more mature games. I think putting Mystic Quest out, like, right after 4, yeah, like, that makes it, like, seem kind of juvenile, I think, and I think a lot of their existing fan base are probably turned off. That's what I hear people say about it, too, usually. But... like I said, I haven't really experienced it. Ooh. I think if we're talking all the Final Fantasy games, I think Tactics Advance is my favorite. The first one. The first Tactics Advance. I don't really like the sequel. The sequel's okay. I don't know. I kind of like the sequel. And I like 9 a lot, too. I really like 9. No, you know what? 10. 10 is my favorite Final Fantasy. By far. I had to think for a while. I forgot about it. I quote Titus in on my Ko-Fi. My donation thing says I need food. Oh, yeah, okay, the Tactics Advance is so good. I played that before I played regular Tactics, and it's like... well, it's a lot easier for one thing. I think Tactics is, on PS1, it's really, like, if it's your first time playing it, especially, you know, if you're, like, not a big RPG person, it has a pretty steep entry barrier. Tactics Advance eases you in, like, really, really well. And the story, I think I played it when I was probably, like, 10, like a 10-year-old kid. Maybe like more like 12, but the if you're a kid playing it, it's I think that one's way better for like if you're younger, or if you're just not as much into RPGs. It's not as difficult, and it's like it's just a lot of fun. But like there's enough challenge there still, so. Oh, and the graphics look nice. And the music, the graphics and music are really good. They made randomizers of that. I played a randomizer of it on stream once, like, over a year ago. And I think we had to quit because the randomizer, we hit like a wall, like we couldn't continue. 6? Yeah, a lot of people really, 6 is awesome. I like 6 a lot too, but my favorite's 10. Favorite's gotta be 10. 10's big funny. My favorite isn't 10 because I think it's a good game. My favorite is 10 because it's funny. That's Titus and Waka, like, come on. 324? 324, we can rock that. Okay, junior time, where's my cap? We got a cap or coke before we start a run. It's very important. If you don't do that, a spirit will haunt you for your life. The cap ghost. Nice little stream tonight. I'm always worried about streaming Friday nights. Actually, I have a decent amount of people here. Got the little raid in and everything. Like, come on. Nice little Friday. Final Fantasy II Dawn... Yeah, okay. So we were talking about 2 earlier. The Dawn of Souls... Is Dawn of Souls the Game Boy Advance one? Because that's the one I had growing up. I had 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls. And, I really liked them. There's certain, like... The way the art looks on that, like the way especially the menu sprites, like the illustrations of the characters' faces and stuff, they look really good on that Game Boy Advance screen. And the music sounds kind of good too. I used to just like sit in my bed and like play that when I was a kid. I like the Bestiary too. There's a Bestiary. You can that wasn't in the original versions, I think. I'm pretty sure that there's like a better version now though, right? Like there's a version they released later. Is it just a Steam version or something? There's a version they released later that I think people like. Because I'm pretty sure the Final Fantasy II version from the one we're talking about, the Dawn of Souls version, I'm pretty sure they added like a boss fight or something. There's either a new boss fight or a new dungeon or something. But there's something else that's like compromised. Like they screwed something up. Or they had to exclude something for the hardware or something. Yeah, that's the word. Okay, there we go. Thanks for confirming it. Bonus dungeon. And yeah, they had awesome sprite art. Ooh, super bosses? Cool, cool. So that's the version I grew up with. That's probably why I like it so much too. The spells in 2 on there look great. The Game Boy screen really did that game justice, I think. Game Boy Advance screen. I played it on an SP, so I had the backlight. And it felt awfully wonderful. 1 on that, the first game on that 2-game card is really good too. I know people have weird opinions, like what Sonic Man said, it's sort of like, I think people are kind of divided on those, because I do hear a lot of other people say that they really like those versions too. Oh, I see. Okay. In the Pixel remasters, they didn't have it. Interesting. What about the PSP versions? Because I know there's PSP versions too. Those ones too. So if you ever play those, they're the way the art looks, it looks more like, I don't know how to describe it. It looks more like something that came out later. Oh, they look like Last Dream. If you've ever played that, the Steam game. They look a lot like Last Dream with the way the art looks. Like it's sort of like imported like illustrations or imported sprites and assets. It's not really like it doesn't really look as like hard pixelated in just for the game. It looks like something they kind of like edited and inserted. But it looks really good on the PSP for some reason. I usually don't like that kind of thing, but on those ones in particular, they pulled it off really well. Like, they polished it enough. I think it looks really nice. Funny thing, I just sold Final Fantasy 1 and 2 on PSP. Like, I sold a bunch of my games recently, and I sold those to CIB. So trying to declutter, you know. But I owned those until very recently. I sold Dawn of Souls recently too, actually. Yeah, I've been selling a lot of my old games. Mostly just the ones I don't play. I don't really collect anymore, and I mean, this stuff's gonna... I don't know. I've moved so many times, I don't like lugging boxes upon boxes of games with me everywhere, so... I'm mostly keeping my comics and like my vinyl, but I'm pretty much selling a lot of my games. I'm mostly keeping like one of each console, and I'm keeping like if it's a game I speedrun or play competitively in any way, I keep it. So like I have my super hang-on stuff, but for the most part, yeah, I'm kind of getting rid of everything. It really sucks when you have to like just move again, because I've moved so many times in the last like 5 years, and it's like, oh man, like it's all the boxes of controllers and peripherals really that take up most of the space, because you can fit quite a lot of like DVD cases and cartridges and jewel cases into a box. But if you have like, you know, if you have like all these light guns and stuff, it's like, or like rock band stuff, it's like, oh man, like I need like a storage unit for all this. And that's not even an exaggeration. That's like yeah, like if you have all that kind of stuff, you really need like a place to put it all aside from your home. But then at that point, it's almost like, why do I even have all this stuff? Right? So, I'd rather have money in my bank account sometimes. When I was younger, though, I totally, like my early 20s, I was all about collecting. From like my mid-teenage years up until like my mid-20s, I really liked collecting, and then I kind of just like, now I'm less about that. I'm more about stuff that has like, I'm more about stuff that I use often. I still like collecting comics, though, and vinyl. The vinyl gets quite a bit of use, though. I actually use my record player kind of regularly. The comics kind of feel more like an investment, to be honest. But really, it's just I just like collecting art. I collect a lot of cover variants and stuff. I just have some favorite artists. When they put out covers, I try to get it. Like if Kevin Eastman or Peach Momoko makes a new one, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try to find it. Yeah, what you just said there, Sonic Man, I totally feel it. We really got to be thinking about like retirement, but like, yeah, I grew up around like a lot of older people who like don't have any money, and it's just like, oh fuck, I don't want to have to like, I don't want to have to deal with like living on ramen when I'm like past 50. Like, jeez, it sucks now. You know, imagine in 20 plus years down the line. I'm just like, oh, just had enough. Had enough ramen. It's my favorite part in the whole run. This is so fun. I love this weaving part. Oh, okay. I got a little too close. Don't touch the poo. Really playing with fire here. Okay, we had a completely rotten junior before, and this time some of my sections have been a little slow, but it's kind of consistent. We haven't had any big, unless we screw up right at the end here, we haven't had any big nasty deal breaker moments. There hasn't been like we haven't crashed, we haven't, you know, Still out of the Shadow Realm, but you know, we still got to beat America and Expert. We haven't even gotten to the end of Expert in a little bit, so. Ooh. Okay. Come on. All right. We got to get to the end of Expert at least once tonight. That's gonna whack if we don't. That's the end. Now I get to catch up on chat. I got a decent price. Okay, moving as hell, so minimizing what you... Yeah, totally. Oh, I had a lot of places where I like had to like... I lived on like higher floors of apartments with no elevator and stuff, and like, oh, brutal, like having to carry all that crap up and down. So 5:59. Okay, we can live with that. See, like that's an okay time. That 6:12 is the one we had last run, so we saved 13 seconds from last time. I'm just reading chat. Okay, yeah, I've been in that position kind of a lot, where like it's hard to collect games without games, well, anything really, but it's hard to collect stuff without buyer's remorse. Like if you're, you know, I don't know, there's something about when you're collecting stuff, it's really, really easy to just like have buyer's remorse over like any of it, you know? Like you buy like one small cheap game, but like knowing in your head that it's like, oh, I'm buying this to collect it, like it's not like, you know, it's not like gonna feed me for the month or something. It's not a meal I'm buying, it's not like something that's gonna like necessarily make my life better, probably. Then yeah, it's I definitely know that feeling. I've felt really weird about buying games before. Thankfully though, a lot of games tend to go up in price over time, so if you're not feeling so hot about it, well, if you ever run into trouble, it'll be worth more when you sell it. But that is assuming you're planning to potentially do that one day, right? Like if you want to hold on to it forever, like that's not really on the table. But I don't know. It's rough right now too. I think we're all kind of struggling with money right now. It's okay to take a break from collecting too, I think sometimes. There were times when I had more money and I bought a bunch of stuff at once and then didn't buy anything for like years. And then started buying again, so, you know. Right now, I haven't bought anything in a long time. I haven't bought any new comics, haven't bought any new vinyl. Like, not really anything, even. The only things I buy right now is, like, if I see, like, one of my grails in the wild and it's not at an outrageous price. But even then, like, that hasn't happened. I think the last thing I bought was... It's in the background, but I don't know if you can see it. It's on that little table in the back. I have a boxed Richard Simmons toy. My cousin found that at a convention for me, and he knew I was after it. And he's like, "Hey, I found Richard Simmons for $40," and I was like, "Get it, get it, get it, get it!" Hell yeah, Richard Simmons. Oh shit, shit, shit. Ooh. Sweating through the oldies, hell yeah. I love Richard Simmons. Him and his jazz hands. Did I go straight to Europe? Was I supposed to do senior? I just realized that I'm on Europe. Did I not just do junior? Did I ruin the run by doing the courses out of order? Oh boy. See, this has yet to happen, but the very first time I started running quad, I think I made a joke like, I'm gonna run the courses out of order without realizing it one day. And lo and behold, who called it? I wonder if well, but we just had that. We're not even gonna fit. I kind of put the nails in the coffin before the lid was even closed here. Because not only did we just have our first crashing expert, but we didn't even run senior. Like, I think if I finished and I submitted this, I bet like when Patak verifies it on speedrun, he's gonna tell me like, oh well, you ran him out of order, but I mean like you didn't do anything else wrong. Like they're just like he'll probably accept it anyway. But I don't think we're gonna even make it to the end now. So it's kind of fitting. If I had to submit a run where I ran them out of order, I'd feel like, well, I guess there's silly goose written on my hat. I would just do it. Yeah. But I don't know. I think we're, it's getting about time to hit the old reset. When we're picking the courses out of order on quad runs, that's time for a break. Can someone please tell me? I did not do America, right? I know I didn't. Because we just, I don't think I did, I can't remember. I've been talking and kind of losing my head a little. We did not do America. No, I fucked up. Oh yeah? Yeah, okay, like I grew up, I was born in 93. But I grew up with a lot of 80s stuff. So I had some like older relatives and they were all really into stuff from before my time, and I ended up watching a lot of stuff that like wasn't even on TV anymore and stuff like that. Like my cousin got me really into Pee Wee Herman and like a lot of 80s stuff, you know. Ninja Turtles, like that's another one. Like stuff that was still going on in the 90s, but they were like bigger deals in the 80s by a lot. A lot of my favorite cartoons are 80s cartoons. Like I like He-Man a lot and Thundercats. But a lot of games that I like are 90s games. And with music, I'm kind of all over the place in terms of like decades. I think a lot of music that I like is lately it's been like more modern stuff, to be honest. I tend to like a lot of 90s music though. Well, I like 90s stuff more now, but I grew up with more like 80s stuff. I grew up liking hair metal and shit like that, and now I'm more into like experimental and like a lot of fusions. Bruno Mars? Is that your jam? Ooh. I see Thundercats hose in the chat too. I'm trying to read chat while I... Yeah, see, when I run out of order, it's not the troll, it's me being a dang fool. It's straight foolishness. But here we go. We're still going anyway. I never really got into Bruno Mars at all. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say, but that's all I have to say about that. Oh, here we go. Okay, don't hit the barrels. We were talking about that earlier. Sorry. You never, I don't think we've ever really talked about it, like, went all around discussing music much on here, which is crazy. You think we would talk about music more on this channel. But I guess not. You're the troll queen of the troll queen of your local community college? Hell yeah. That's pretty cool. Ooh, okay, alright. We go between. Kind of wanna try and pull this run out of the gutter, but I think it's a bit late. But we can't lose heart. We have to do it good. Oh, okay. Do they have like gaming events at your college or something? The university I went to had Smash events. They had Smash weeklies, but when I happened to be going to school there, it was like during COVID, and I lived in the dorms. I lived in the dorms at the U of S during COVID. That sucked. But during the, you know, when there wasn't a pandemic going on, they had Smash Weeklies in somewhere in the music room, and I used to go to those. Like, I would go to the city with my buddies and we'd go play Smash. But we weren't students yet. When I was actually a student, I don't think they did it anymore. And if they did, I just kind of never went. It was difficult just to leave the room during COVID there because they had a lot of, like, rules and stuff. Even if it wasn't, like, you know, like, because you're not supposed to leave anyway during the pandemic, but, like, for example, if you were caught outside of your dorm, and I think this is pretty whack, if you were caught outside your dorm without your mask, you get fined $50 if you're on campus with no mask and you live there. And then if you do it again, you get fined $100. And if you do it again, you get evicted. And there were so many nights when, like, I was like, I'd be like doing laundry, and like I'm not wearing a mask in my dorm, you know. So like I'd go out with my laundry thing, and I'd get like halfway down the hallway, and I wouldn't walk by anybody. I'd get lucky, and I wouldn't walk by a soul. And I'd be like, shit, I'm not wearing my mask, and I'd like go tearing ass back to my dorm with my laundry bag in hand. Sometimes I'd make it like down the stairs, and I'd like run all the way back out with my laundry bag and throw my mask on and be like, all right, cool. Didn't find me $50. But like even then, like I'm sure if they were still having the events, the turnout was probably a lot less. And like I don't want to risk getting COVID to go to a free Smash event, right? You know, so I'm not that hard up for it. Good. Oh, cool. They had a lot of they actually had a lot of gaming stuff going on at the university when I went there. In the dorms even, yeah, even during COVID, we had like, there was at least one night when they had like Mario Kart night in like one of the student lounges. The student lounge on my floor had like a Mario Kart night one time, and this and that. So. I wish I could have experienced dorms not during COVID though. It was really I didn't really get the full experience. The dorms there, like, they weren't really nice. I think the only nice ones are the ones that cost, like, way, way more. There's, like, sort of, like, I think the only... Because they have, like, 3 or 4 tiers of them, and I was kind of in, like, the middle one. And they were pretty bad, but I heard that the actual really nice dorms are pretty good. I had friends who were in the dorms that were cheaper than mine, and they would tell me like, oh man, like our dorms are brutal, like they're like infested and stuff, and I was like, what, really? Like you gotta deal with that kind of shit? And they're like, yeah, someone brought bed bugs, and I was like, fuck off. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like living in dorms, to be honest. I had one really cool roommate one year, and I had a lot of fun. But to be honest, if the dorms at the U of S weren't such low quality, I probably would have enjoyed myself a lot more. They had like heating issues and stuff. Like, my room was always super cold and my roommate's was super hot. So I had to have a small space heater going on all the time, and we were always like, we always wanted to have thermostat going in different directions. But, you know, we got along really well, so I didn't really mind. I actually kind of did have a lot of fun. Made some friends. I'm kind of an antisocial guy, like, in person, so it was kind of nice. Like, I got to, you know, it's pretty cool when I meet anybody I really vibe with. Oh! This is where Expert gets extra fun. Okay, I might have to not look at chat for like until the end here. Expert gets awful crazy. This is where they start throwing 4 guys fanning out in front of you at once. Fan out like a deck of cards on the cover of that Blue Oyster Cult album. I want to Don't Fear the Reaper on it. Ooh. Ah. Ooh, come on. Oh! Okay, health. Come on. I think we do got a health 3. This part's so fun. I love this part. Okay. Okay. Careful. Bushes. Are we gonna finish for once? We might actually finish expert for once. We caught that blue moon. Ooh, oh man, look at that pattern. It's like seeing a bunch of dolphins in the ocean right in front of you. Leaping and bounding, frolicking. Making those dolphin noises. Oh! Dang, we had a lot of seconds left. We've been like not even making to the... Man, we kind of blew our... All the Europes we've had tonight, we kind of just blew them all out of the water. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Yeah, but not intended. Bedbugs do... I've had to deal with bedbugs myself before. Bedbugs really suck. I don't think, that can be a PB too, but probably not. We'll have to shave off. It probably isn't, but let's do senior now, just because I think that's what's next. Nobody got knocked up on my campus. I didn't even like. To me, like, sex on campus wasn't even like. The thing you're saying about them coming out of the car with the shit-eating grins, I'm kind of like... I don't think I knew anybody who, like, even thought of it as, like, any kind of big deal at all. We'd all kind of, like... We'd all swap stories sometimes. We'd find out, like, so-and-so hooked up with so-and-so, and it was always kind of just like, oh yeah. Like, everyone was, like, just super candid about everything. Real casual. University, man. To be honest, like it was more like, well, because everyone was kind of younger there. I think that they were more like, the people I hang around with now, it's like less of a thing. Like, I don't really think of it as much of anything, and a lot of the people I hang out with don't either. I don't know. Some of my friends in university were kind of like a little square, but like most of them were we were all pretty like free-thinking and open-minded, so. Well, ooh. I never had to deal with my roommates being real fucking loud getting it on the night though, thankfully. I guess maybe that's one good thing about COVID, going to school during COVID. I never had to deal with being kept up all night by roommates getting it on all night or something. Not in university, at least, but that's another story. During university would have been the worst though, like, cause I had to study. You know, we needed to spend. I needed like every second of every day to study. Did anyone take any courses ever, like, during COVID? Like, during the pandemic? Because, so, I went to school for a little bit, like, I think in 2013, 2014, I took a couple of years. It would have been around then, like, a little bit before 2015. And then, around, like, 2022, I did a couple more years. And, that was during, yeah, like, that's when I was living in the dorms. And, the profs, like, man, they fucking piled the homework on hard during COVID. I don't know what they were thinking. Like, I'm assuming their rationale was like, oh, they're all inside all day. Like, it's not like they can't go out partying, so let's give them just a shitload of homework every day. And it was brutal. I thought it was just me at first. I was thinking like, oh, like maybe university just got harder or something. And my friends are telling me like, no, like statistically, it's like the profs really are being jerks and just giving us way more homework. I had the biggest issue was that they were giving, seemed like every class I was taking, I had just like every day they would post lecture videos that were like hours upon hours long, and it ended up being a lot more than you would have to listen to if you actually went to class. Some of the profs didn't even cap their lecture times. Like I had profs who were uploading like 3-hour-long lecture videos, and I was like, holy fuck. And that was in addition to all the other classes I had to take. And like, you know, I was taking art classes and computer science classes and psychology classes, so like, man, like I had to like draw all night, and then I had to listen to like this guy talk about coding for 3 hours, and then I had to actually code for 3 hours, then memorize a bunch of stuff about brains, and it's just like, oh, like I had a lot of health problems at the time too, and it was just like, I don't know. You got head in middle school? Okay. Gonna pretend I didn't hear that. Maybe keep that shit to yourself from now on, man. It's a little ugly for the stream. Man, I just fucking... You know what? Before the stream today, I changed the moderation settings. So I made all of it less strict. And like, of course the day I change it, you're gonna come in here and say something like that. Come on, man. I don't have to put it back, do I? I don't wanna stifle anyone. Things people have to say. But if we're gonna be saying shit like that... I'm just saying, man, a little too far. Not the place. Trying to get a run for GDQ here. I'm not gonna ban you. Give you a warning. Okay. I really hope that they let me submit this for, just for speedrun, because I did them out of order. But it still has to be a PB. Like, if it's not a PB anyway, I'm not gonna, but... I don't want to be the first guy to submit a quad out of order, but it might happen now. All right, we got through that. Oh, really? Yeah, I've never had to do I don't think I've ever had to do work condensed into like that many years into one semester, whatever. I've never had to cram it all into one thing like that. I've had some kind of tough courses like that felt a little rushed, but I've never had one where it's like where like they just like basically tell you like, oh, okay, this is 2 years worth of material in a semester. Did you have any classes you really liked? I didn't really. Oh, and you did trade school? That's cool. You know what? I'm all about trades. Like I think trades are really important. But it kind of depends what it is now, because a lot of like certain ones are getting replaced. But yeah, if you know a good trade, like that's awesome. That's I think I'd even rather have that than a lot of other like degrees. But I really liked art classes a lot. I like drawing classes. I'm not a big visual artist, but I had to take drawing out as part of my major. I had to take one stream of art classes in addition to art history. So my options for streams were like painting or drawing. I think photography might have been one, but I didn't have the equipment, so I didn't take that. But yeah, I ended up taking drawing, and I ended up really finding out I really like oil pastels and working with ink with a brush, because I never tried that before. I ended up really liking it a lot. I ended up finding out I can draw, too. I didn't think I could draw. I just took it because I had to. Like, I go, okay, I'll try draw, and then I was like, oh, I can do that. And I enjoy it, too. It's a lot of fun. My favorite university memories, I would stay up all night, and I would have a big bottle of whiskey next to me, and I would just do my art projects, like stay up just all night. Big bottle of like Irish whiskey in my like right next to me, and I would take a whole bottle of cannabis oil. So I'd be really high and drunk, and I'd do an art project, just like alright, just blending colors with my fingers until they bleed. Like actually, like that's somewhat because I had to like blend on like big Stonehenge paper, like big sheets of Stonehenge paper, and that's thick paper. Like that sucks to blend with your fingers, but I would for real stay up all night and like do stuff like that, and then I'd do it again the next week. It was a lot of fun. One of my art projects, I painted over it with whiskey and weed oil to kind of because I just had it right there anyway. I was like, oh, might as well put it to use. But yeah, art classes were fun. And during the day, I would do like my computer science homework and stuff like that. Watch all the lecture videos. The computer science classes were probably the worst ones I took, to be honest, but I think it's just because I was going to the U of S. That's not really a school known for its computer science department. It's we're the friggin' flat farming community in Canada, so. I was taking computer science at that university, but the drawing classes were kind of fun. The profs for the art classes were hit or miss. I had like one really bad art prof, and then I had like 3 that were cool. And the computer science was like split down the middle. Oh, I think I liked all of my psychology profs though. All of my psychology profs were pretty dang good. And I got along with very well. Oh. Just be careful where you take which major, because yeah, if you end up taking computer science in the farming community, it's like, well, tough shit. What do you expect? Oh. During COVID too, like, man, to be honest, I think computer science classes probably did the best during COVID. Art classes during COVID is a nightmare though. It was all like you have to take pictures of stuff and like put it in, and everyone's trying to judge your work based on a photo of it, and it's like, it's art that's made with like texture and stuff. Like they kind of just like, you just gotta trust they get the idea, and you have to describe it too. Like I feel like if you have to, it's one thing if like to have to explain your art in a class, like I get that, but to describe it when they're supposed to be able to just see it and like be in front of it, it's just like, oh, there's something a little off. Like we should be in the same room. Computer science was kind of easy though, because like it's kind of easy. It's just to email everything to each other anyway, or whatever they're going to do at the university. So like for that, I think a lot of people were having troubleshooting issues though. The problem with that was that we were all using our own computers for everything. Like there wasn't a lab we'd go to. I think the lab was available, but we had to like rent out spots, and I personally never used it. I just used my own laptop for the whole course, but I think some students were having compatibility issues and troubleshooting issues and stuff. We had some people running Windows, we had some running Mac, we had some running Linux, and it was just like, oh boy. I'm sure the profs had a hell of a time with that, because they would have been getting all the emails and stuff from all the students being like, oh, I can't get this to work. I can't get the app I need to do my homework to work on my laptop. Alright. This is the end. Woo! Gorsh! That wasn't a bad one. I want to see what my time was, though. It's hot in here, by the way. I'm usually not sweating this much by the end of the night. It's been a sweaty one. Where's my drink? You've been in IT for over 10 years? Nice. I also have a background in IT, but I don't work in the industry anymore. IT is great to get into. I didn't go to trade school for it, though. I did like an internship, and I have some certificates from that. Trade school would have been hyped, though. IT is a great industry to get into, I think. So 8:30. I'm just catching up on chat now. Did have a lot of fun in your assembly class and also enjoyed. Okay. Mythology? That's fun. Oh, okay. That, yeah, with the current AI climate, I feel that. If I had a chance to do it all over again, would I? If you're talking about university and the whole experience, no.